Random messages for you. Pick a number, and I will meet you at your timestamps. Pile 1. Okay, so while drawing your cards, all of the cards are pre-pulled, by the way. Okay, so while I was drawing your cards, I heard, that ain't the path for you. That ain't the path for you. And also I heard greedy. And I heard you took it. And I was also getting the word crime lord or crime boss. So the first card, 2 of Wands. And then I was hearing, this my shit. This my shit. But I'm feeling like somebody didn't plan something right. And someone's plans didn't go through. And then I heard, yeah, that shit was on the floor. Yeah, that shit was on the so I don't know why. Yeah, that shit was on the floor. I don't really know what that means, but the energy behind that statement is like, yeah, that shit was a clown show. So I don't know. Take it how it resonates. But yeah, I'm getting failed plans and proper planning. Okay, so I pulled a clarifier card because I'm like, improper planning about what? And then I got the justice reversed. So it was an injustice. To cause harm, or someone can't come up with a plan to cause an injustice or harm. 2 of Wands, justice reverse. So next card was the 6 of Pentacles. And then I wasn't getting too much from this card. Maybe this is the type of person that were committing injustices on a 6 of Pentacles type of person, which is a person who wishes well for others. They're very giving, and if someone's going through something, they would reasonably help them. Like, this is the type of person that would think, what can I give, what can I do to help as much as I reasonably can, because this is still a Pentacles card. They want to help, but you know, it's practicality behind it. They're not just gonna just give everything out of their purse, not give everything out of their home. They want to do it reasonably. Very practical wisdom type of person. You know, this is a person who cares. They do. Okay, so then I pulled, what does your soul have to say about this? I pulled an oracle card. I got the essence card. This is showing me that someone's true colors are showing or starting to show. And that could be why there is delayed plans, or why someone can't come up with plans anymore, because someone's real essence or true nature is starting to show. Yeah, I'm getting it's all out there to see. It's all out there to see. Next card I pulled was 4 of Wands in the reverse. And immediately I heard no communication. And they just stopped communicating. That's what I was hearing. I feel like somebody is unhappy. They're not communicating no more. Somebody's life might be in turmoil. Then I heard gambling, in debt. And this might be all out there for somebody to see now. Why I just heard smile for the camera. Wow. So anyway, then I got 5 of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, this is somebody really going through it. This is giving me financial ruin, financial shakeup, job loss type of energy. Damn, now I'm hearing a hard head makes for a soft ass. 7 of Wands, last card. Oh, they fighting it with everything they got. And I pulled a card on how they fighting it. 3 of Wands reverse. So they're fighting it with everything they got, and they also fighting it by not going down another path, by not turning their back and looking at something else, or focusing on a new path. No, and they could actually want to fight, all because their plans didn't go through. That was the random message. Thank you for listening. Alright. Pile 2. Pile 2. Okay, this was a really weird thing that happened when I was pre-pulling your cards, right? I don't know what was going on, but while I was choosing your cards, I had a hard time believing that the cards I chose was the right cards. It's a message in here about this pile being indecisive and feeling like, am I doing this right? No, not. That's not right. That's not right. Something like that. It's like you go back and forth, or it's just so hard to choose. This is a big thing for you. I mean, I just had a really, really hard time thinking that the cards that I chose was the right cards, and I usually don't get like that. I mean, it was crazy. I never had that happen before, where it was like I had to. It like took a damn near whole day to like pull your cards. So I feel like, nah, I need to start over. I don't know. Like I said, I ain't never had that happen before, where it took like a whole day. And I had to go away from it, and then I came back. It was crazy. But anyway, so somebody's really dealing with indecisiveness. Before I even looked at any of your cards that I pulled, you know, it's like, slow down and tell this message. It was a feeling like, slow down and tell this message. Somebody's really going through this, or this is something that they really deal with, is indecisiveness. You know, like I said, when I was pulling those cards, it took like a whole day to pull just your cards, pile 2. I don't know why. I was just having a hard time trusting myself. And it was like, I think I'm supposed to give you this message about letting go. And of course, trusting yourself. And then the song, of course, I always hear songs. Song came through. It was a old song by Tony Braxton, Let It Go. Let it go, let it go, let it flow. So, just let it flow. Everything's gonna work out right, you know. So, it's something about that song here. It just kept playing and playing and playing in my head. And I'm like, yeah, somebody just has a hard time trusting. Maybe in themselves or in the decision that they're making. And that song was playing as a message to just let it go, let it flow, and just trust that the decision that you're making, or the cards that you pull, is the right cards. Just trust, just let it flow, let it flow. That's why the song kept playing. And then I'm hearing and then I started hearing someone chant like, we walk by faith, not by sight. And he kept saying it. We walk by faith, not by sight. It was like a whole crowd was chanting it in my head. It's like, we walk by faith, not by sight. So, that's someone's message out there. Now, let's get into your cards. Okay, first card I pulled for you was High Priestess Reversed. And it made perfect sense. Someone, you know, does not use their intuition. I was hearing no intuition. You are lacking spiritual guidance. And I'm hearing someone whisper, that's your core power. Let me say it again. Someone whispered, that's your core power. Yeah, someone's intuition is turned off. And I'm hearing, you don't know how to just sit with yourself. And I heard, it's boring. So that's what you feel like. You feel like sitting with yourself, taking the time out to really put some thought into a decision, or maybe just anything in general. It's boring, but I don't know. That's what you need to do. And it's like, that's why you're so lost and can't make a decision and so confused. You're missing your intuition in these moments. And I see someone who refused to silence the noise, silence the crowd. There's somebody who probably who don't like being alone. You always need somebody around you. Yeah, this is why I couldn't make a decision. This is why I kept rethinking everything. It's like it made total sense. It's like you don't just go silent. Just think about the decision, both of the decisions that you're making. If it's one or two, if it's multiple, you have to literally sit there and like put yourself in those scenarios. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but yeah, you have to put yourself in those scenarios and like try to literally see yourself actively doing each one, the hard stuff and the good stuff. It can't just always be the good stuff that you're seeing yourself do. You have to think about the hard stuff that you're gonna do, and then you have to really go into, how did I feel after I saw myself doing the hard stuff, having to show up even though I know I got to do this, I got to do that. You really do have to sit with yourself and think about these decisions, especially if it's like life-changing decisions. Yes, you have to sit with yourself and really, meditate on that shit. Anyway, next card, Eight of Swords reverse. High Priest was reversed, Eight of Swords reverse. I heard, that don't fit me. That don't fit me. I'm looking at this card and I'm drawn to the stick in her mouth, right? This card that I'm looking at is from the Mermaid Tarot. It's the Eight of Swords card, but it's in reverse. And she got this, her hands are tied up, her feet is tied up, and she got a stick in her mouth, so she can't even talk either. And I heard her sword. And yeah, the tongue is a sword. And I think that's what's being highlighted here, is there's a need to shut your trap. Yeah. You might not like when I said that, but yeah, there's a need to shut your trap, because I'm drawn to her mouth, and there's a stick in her mouth. And it's kind of like saying, this is what you need to do when it comes to these hard decisions, these tough decisions that you need to make. Like, that's the message here, that's the guidance here. And somebody's just outright refusing to stop talking, to get silent and go inwards. And this is why you're disconnected from your intuition. That's the message. Next card I got, Reverse Knight of Pentacles. Reverse Knight of Pentacles. You don't get the right information that you need because of not shedding your trap. And observe. You cannot talk and observe. You're going to miss key pieces of information while running your mouth. Somebody is just refusing to hear the gentle, quiet whispers of spirit, of God. And because of this, or because of all three of these cards are in reverse, this is a call to action. Yes, all three of these cards came out in reverse, and I'm like, this is very significant. This is a call to action. Somebody's spirit team wants them to get to work and quiet the noise, i.e. your mouth, your thoughts, your words, and be more observant. Get some time alone, just pen and paper, and just start writing. Write out your thoughts. This is a call to action. Somebody, the spirit team is really wanting me to tell them this. Like, it's time to shut that trap, get to work, silence the noise so you can hear your inner guidance. Pull the Oracle card. The card I pulled was Purification. You probably are in need of a spiritual bath as well as a cleansing. Don't know if you're into those things, but they do work wonders. I always say it's very similar to a regular bath. You're physically cleaning your body of dirt. You need to energetically clean your aura and the energy around you. Energetically clean the energy around you in a spiritual bath. Your energy field is cloudy. I heard smoky. Then I heard, that's why you have on rose-colored glasses. So that makes sense to me. Someone needs cleansing. I don't know, that's what I heard. That's why you have on rose-colored glasses. But I know there's many of like spiritual baths and stuff you can buy on Etsy. And I know on here on YouTube there's a reader. Her name is Pretty Oracle. Pretty with the I, Pretty Oracle. She has her own shop. You can click on her links and buy something from her, but someone needs to start you know, taking a spiritual bath on a regular. You know, not every single day, because they can be pricey, but you know, once a week. Get into more into your what's the word? You know, just your cleansing on the regular. Just not just physical. Hopefully you clean your ass more than just once a week on physically, but the spiritually, hopefully you're doing that once a week. Anyway, let's move on. So maybe that's something you want to check out, right? Because they're saying the reason you can't connect is because your energy needs cleansing. The reason you can't get this guidance is because you really need cleansing. And I heard take baths. So yes, those spiritual baths will do you wonders, will work you wonders. Like I said, about once a week. You don't need to probably do it more. If you feel called to do it more, do it more. But yes, this is something you need to start incorporating in a weekly routine. Yeah, I was hearing take baths, but this is baths for your energy, and you have to buy that to soak in the tub. But yeah, next card, Page of Cups. I heard you need to do this to hear spirit. And then I heard you become a channeler. You become a channeler. Yeah, I think your connection to your inner priestess is blocked, or your inner priest, because this could be a guy that I'm talking to. Your connection to your inner priest or your inner priestess is blocked. Then I heard godhood. Well, it's blocked because your energy is in deep need of cleansing. It's like once you do that, or you start to do that, it's something about feeling like a kid again. Creativity increases, and I really feel like you're going to start to receive messages. Last card I pulled was the Four Swords. Yeah, it's probably when you start taking these baths, or when you're sleeping. I heard bathtub. So yeah, it's probably when you are doing your weekly cleansing. So that's your reading. Thanks for listening. Bye. Pal 3. Okay, so for Pal 3, I was hearing goat. I was hearing the word goat as I was pulling your cards, and I was hearing the song. There can be miracles when you believe, though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracle? I'm not gonna try to do it, but you know the song. Who knows what miracles you can achieve if you believe. So that's the song I was channeling. Great song. I recommend you go listen to it if you pick this pile. But the first card that I pulled was the Moon, right? You're struggling with something, and now I'm feeling sad. I felt sad right after I saw this card. You might be struggling to believe your intuition, or you're struggling to hear your intuition. What's going on here? I pulled a clarifier, and then I pulled Wheel of Fortune, and then I'm hearing karma. You could be also battling thoughts. Do I take a higher path or stay stuck? Do I take a higher path or stay stuck? Stay stuck or take this higher path? Stay where I'm at or choose another direction? Yeah, there's something going on like that, right? And I'm seeing Jupiter in astrology, and it's a symbol. Kind of looks like a number 4 sign, and to me it's stability and firm foundations. Also, Jupiter is the lucky planet. It can offer big blessings. So the new path that you're fighting up against, battling with in your mind, it will bring stability and big blessings. Then I pulled clarifier cards about this, and I got the Page of Wands and Sun. And then as soon as I saw this Page of Wands, I heard